Hey everybody, welcome to my page. So this is my first ever video for Mission Mom. So I want to thank you for tuning in. Just a little intro, and the reason why I started this was I just feel like there are a lot of moms out there that are comparing themselves against other moms that they see on Instagram or Facebook that may not be actually telling it like it is. There's a lot that goes into it. There's a lot of struggles. There's a lot of times that you're exhausted and you feel like you're alone. In all reality, everybody is on the same mission, which is figuring out motherhood. So that is why I started this. I wanted to make it a resource and always keep it real with you guys that, this is motherhood. I've got my hair in braids. I've got my grow out from pregnancy coming back in. I am wearing a shirt that says in loving memory of when I slept in, and I've got Lululemon shorts on my bottom half. So I am not out there spending an hour before making a YouTube video, which is what I'm hoping to continue as long as this page stays alive, just to give moms that real taste of motherhood that all moms are experiencing, is that, we can be tired, we can not have a lot of time on our hands, and we are just surviving our children and trying to enjoy every minute of it. So with that being said, I wanted to get into my first video, which is the top 10 products that I could swear by as a mom. I am in no way a mother of 5, where I've been through this several times. I am a mom of 1, but I can tell you that I feel like we had to buy every product on the market to find the ones that fit our daughter, because as I'm sure most of you know, every kid is different, every mom is different, and every experience is different. So after trial and error, these are the 10 products that we either still used on a daily basis, or used up until the point where our child outgrew them, which I felt like for the price point, we definitely got our money's worth. So I will get started, and we will start with number 10. All right, so number 10 on my list is the Haka Handheld Breast Pump. If you are planning to breastfeed or you are planning to pump, I will highly, highly, highly recommend this. I use this every single day. While my baby was nursing on one side, I used this on the other side, and then when I switched, I'd actually go back and put it on the other breast. It is super easy. It is just silicone. I'm sorry if it looks gross, but I used it often, so I definitely got my money's worth. I think it is like $14. They have all different kinds nowadays, but you can actually use it a couple of different ways, where you peel back the top and you place it on your breast, and then you pop it and it suctions. What I did was I just squeezed and placed it on my breast and then let go, like right on my nipple. And it creates a suction and a pressure similar to a breastfeeding, and your milk starts coming out. It collects in this nice little silicone cup, super safe, medical grade silicone. And then when you are all done, you can buy this other little handy cap, which I think is like another $12, but put the two together, highly recommend. It just easily kind of like pops right on there. So after a nurse, you don't have to worry about your milk spilling, and there you have it. It is on tight. Sometimes I would pop this in the fridge, but usually after I had my nursing session, I would just pour what was in this into like a Medela pumping bag and collect it for the day. So I would highly recommend this, especially to anybody who plans to go that breastfeeding or pumping route. It just makes it a lot easier. It's smaller, confined. There's not the wires of an electric pump, and I would get 1 ounce to 2 ounces out of it every time, which was awesome. So on to number 9. All right, number 9 are Target baskets. Every mom loves a Target run, so here is your reason to go to Target. I use these for just about everything. So speaking of breastfeeding, all of my stored milk I froze, and I used these little baskets to like line up my stored milk, and so every month would fit into one basket, and then I just kept these in my freezer so I could easily down the road find the month of the breast milk that I needed to find. Now that we are slowly working through our frozen breast milk, I am having baskets come up. So actually from the beginning, I always used one as a diaper holder for underneath her changing table. This was one that we emptied stored milk out of, and it is now her shoe bin. If you have toys, you can stick them in there. They are $3, so why not? And you can use them for a ton of different things down the road. So from the get-go, they were used for frozen milk. Now they're going into her shoes and her toys for $3. I mean, you're getting your money's worth. And I think even after your kids are out of toys, you could use this for years to come. It could be hair supplies in the bathroom. It could be products in the bathroom when they're teenagers. All of us women know that there is a lot of makeup that goes into those teenage years. So highly recommend the Target baskets. On to number 8. Okay, so number 8 is the Dockatot. This is the Dockatot Deluxe. So it is the smaller one. I believe it is 0 to 9 months or so. When they're smaller, there's a little clip on the bottom. As they get older, you can unclip it. It opens it up. The bottom is hard and it is super soft and cozy. So we had a little bit of a struggle with sleep in the beginning. I felt like I was always holding my child, which is not the worst thing, but as they're getting older and you're getting closer to going back to work, sleep is what you are aiming for. It is not recommended that babies sleep in these. It is used, they say you can use it as a co-sleeper, so if you're in the room or in the bed with the baby, you can like put them in this and lay next to them. They say do not put it in the crib. We put it in the crib. It was our godsend, but per their directions, they say do not put it in the crib. However, if you are sleeping or co-sleeping, you're following their directions, I would highly recommend it, or something similar. This is a little bit pricey. If you get gift cards from family members, maybe you splurge on it. There's also another one called a Snuggle Me Organic. I've had a lot of friends that have used that and they highly recommend it. So I would say one of the two products, if your baby is not a strong sleeper and they are not blessing you with sleep from the very beginning, I would highly recommend investing in one of these products. See how it works for you. If not, you can always use it as, like they say, a dock. So if you're doing something and you're busy and your baby is not mobile yet, you can put it in this and, you know, continue what you're doing, and they're kind of cozy. And then there's little attachments that kind of like loop over it that's similar to a play gym that they can kind of reach and grab for. So it is good for those fine-tuning like mobility skills that they get later on. So on to number 7. Okay, number 7 is a Milk Snob cover. So this guy is super universal. If you are breastfeeding, it can be a cover. If you are using it for a travel system like car seat, it can be used as a car seat cover. And then if you are out and about, it can be used as a high chair cover. So there is a hole in the center. It is super soft material, very breathable. I walked around Target nursing my daughter underneath this thing more times than I can count. And it just decreases the room and the things that you have to bring along the way, because then you don't have to have that stroller cover and then the nursing cover and then the car seat cover and then the high chair cover and then the shopping cart cover. This is super stretchy. It can be used all in one. It saves room in your diaper bag. This is a Bambi print. So super cute. I'm a big Disney fan. They have a lot of really pretty prints. They have really, you know, cute little boy prints too, and a bunch of Disney stuff, which I am always for a company that puts out some good Disney gear. So again, highly recommend. We used it constantly. Sometimes we'd even use it as a blanket in the car if it was like a chillier day and we just needed an extra layer. Because like I said, it's so soft and breathable. So totally worth it. I think it's like 30 bucks. I will link it in the bottom of this video along with everything else that I go over, but I think this is a must-have for moms in general. So we are on to number 6. Okay, number 6 is the Munchkin Bathtub. It is called a sit and soak bathtub. I will tell you why I liked this. So, first thing is I see a lot of moms who buy bathtubs where it is sheer or mesh on the bottom and your baby is just kind of laying there when you pour water over them, and then they're like not, you know, they're exposed to the air, so they're not like in the warm water the whole time. I feel like it's not so enjoyable. We liked this. She used this up until 10 months old when she started standing up, and then we transitioned over to like the big girl bath when she was like 10 or 11 months. There is a little seat in here, so you place their butt here and their legs over this, so that way they don't slide down into it, and then their backs go against this. So from the beginning, when we brought her home from the hospital, her first bath was in this. She could sit in the warm water. It was like a nice soak to get all of that gunk that builds up on babies throughout the day. And she was not fussy, aside from her first bath, because I think it was just new to her. But she enjoyed bath time a lot. I think it was because she stayed nice and toasty. I recommend this to all moms over that mesh bathtub. Just because I think it keeps your baby warm. I would want to take a bathtub in that. I feel like I wouldn't want to lay on a mesh thing and have water pouring over me and then it's cold the rest of the time. So that is my recommended bathtub that we went through. So we are on to number 5. All right, number 5, the Oooby diaper pail, stainless steel. I will tell you why I went with this diaper pail over like a diaper genie. It does not require a special trash bag. They sell their own trash bags. We bought their own trash bags because it was like $4 for 50 trash bags or something crazy like that. So felt like that was a pretty good deal at the time. We do not smell her diapers ever unless we open the lid. The other cool thing is that you can lock it. So she is in the phase where she likes to open the lid and pull out her diapers. So when we don't want her to do that, we just lock it. It's super simple, and then you can't pull the lid up. So really easy. Then it's unlocked, slides open and shut. And then when you want to go and dump out the trash, you just lift everything up, and then you can remove the bag, or you can just toss everything out all at once. But again, super sturdy. She uses it to stand up. You don't smell the odors. So when they say odorless or stainless steel, it truly does lock in that stinky diaper smell, and easy to use, and you don't have to spend money on those crazy like specialized bags for a diaper pail. You can just use a normal, I think it's like 35-gallon type of a liner, and you're good to go. So highly recommend, and we are on to number 4. Okay, number 4, and I was almost tempted to put this at number 1 for how often we used it. It is the Boppy Infant Lounger. So, not the normal Boppy nursing pillow. It is, quote, for infants. The reason why we like this is because we could use it for everything. It was similar to a dock, except it props your baby up so they can see what's going on. Babies are super curious. They love watching what's going on. They are very content when they can see what's going on. And it is so plush and comfortable. I used it sometimes when I was nursing as like a back pillow for extra support. I took naps on this. The baby took naps on this. It is not recommended as a napper. The reason I bought it was because I met a woman in Walmart and she was like, that's the only way my kid will sleep. And I was like, why not? Let's get it. It's $30. So we bought it, but we used it before bath time when we were getting her ready for the bath. We used it after bath time when we were drying her off as a place to set her. We used it while we were making breakfast, lunch, dinner. Anytime I put her in this when I had to shower so I could get a shower, and she was like super content and cozy in this. And any mom who asks me like one thing that they should ultimately get, because you can have different opinions on anything else. You can be like, yeah, I love the mesh bathtubs. Those were our go-to, and you know, that's fine. These are my top 10 things. But I feel like this was one thing that like was our saving grace very often. And then finally when she started really sitting up and could almost sit to stand, that is when we transitioned her out of that, because it was easy to manage her out of the bath without having to use this. But I think this got us all the way to 10 months for $30 and 10 months of use. Say that's pretty good for a baby product. So I highly recommend, as all the other things on this list. And we are on to I think it is number 3. Number 3, this is a little pricier, and maybe some moms don't feel like this is a necessity, but I can tell you we have used this every single night since our baby is born, and it is the Owlet Smart Sock. So it comes with 3 different socks. This is the docking station. This stays in your room. When it is plugged in, you can click it on, and that's what syncs it to your sock. The sock tests your baby's oxygen rate and heart rate while they are sleeping. So if you are a worried mom of cold and flu season, right now with COVID, if you're worried about your baby, this is what gave me and my husband peace of mind often, because if your baby's heart rate drops or oxygen level drops, it will send an alert to your docking station, and the sound is annoying. You will wake up to it. If the sock is not on right or not reading right, it also sends that same alert that there's like a not good connection or something along those lines. And it's usually if it shifts on your foot, on the baby's foot. But that only happened when Avery was super little, because her feet were tiny. And so even the newborn sock was too big for her. But as she got older, you know, she's over a year now, we still use this. After she gets shots, we use this. You can never be too careful. It allows us to sleep at night, you know, worry-free. So I almost didn't get this. We ended up getting a gift card, and we were like, let's just get the sock. That's like the last thing on our registry that we don't have. And I am so, so thankful that I did, because it is peace of mind at night, that if anything were to happen, we would be alerted to it. So I would say worth it. Some moms might be like, no, you know, what do they do in the old days or whatever? But if you have extra money or extra gift cards, I would say this has probably given us the most peace of mind out of anything when she sleeps, because, you know, if you put a Lovey in there, or if you know, your baby is a roller, likes to sleep on their belly or likes to sleep on their side, and you're afraid when they're younger that they won't be able to roll back over, this product. So the Owlet Smart Sock. We also have the camera. It's not on my top 10 because really any camera could do the, you know, the same thing, but the camera and the sock all link to the same app. So if you have one, you could get both. It makes it super easy. And a lot of times they have bundled deals where if you buy one, you get the other one like $50 off. And then it makes your camera purchase a lot cheaper, and the camera quality is awesome. It's through your Wi-Fi, so you don't have to worry about people like tapping into your camera. It can sense like heat, and it can tell you if your baby's room is like too hot or too cold. It senses motion, it senses sound. It has night vision, which is super awesome. The resolution is so clear. You can zoom in. I can tell if she's breathing. I mean, it's like, you know, a good purchase. But I would say this sock is the peace of mind that a lot of parents, I think, need to get that good sleep in those early months or years of their children. And I feel like this sock is the largest sock that they have. It's a size 3, and it says from 14 to 25 pounds or 4 to 18 months. However, our daughter's foot is tiny. I'm sure this will probably fit her until she's 2. And then at that point, they can have pillows and blankets and stuff like that. So it will get us there. All right, so we are on to number 2, and we are in the home stretch of my top 10 parenting products. So coming in at number 2 is the Hatch sound machine. My husband loves it. I love it. The baby loves it. It is such a clean white noise. We have listened to every white noise sound machine that is on the market because we have thought about getting different kinds to travel with that are just a little bit smaller. So in comparison to my head, which I would say I have a medium-sized head, is about the size of my head, but just a little bit narrower. So this is awesome. It has tons of sounds. It has different lights you can do. This is the box that it comes in. It links to your phone so you can control how loud or how soft you want it. It has white noise, static noise, car noise, ocean waves, birds chirping, sweet little lullabies, campfires, and crickets. It is awesome. And then you can change the color, and you can pair the color to the sound that you want. You can totally train your baby to like go to sleep to one sound and light, and then if it lights up in a different sound with a different light, then that means it's time to get up. But we have used this every day since birth. We will continue to use this. We have traveled with this. We went on a 5-day vacation to Tennessee. She slept awesome in a unfamiliar place in an unfamiliar bed because we took a pack and play. And I don't want to say this was the magic behind the fabulous vacation, but I think this definitely helped because we just cranked this sucker up higher than usual because there was more sounds in the cabin we were staying in, but she still got good sleep. And so I would like to thank this little guy. So he is my number 2. And you know, these can be for adults too. So they have like super high-tech ones that have all the magic. So on to my last and final recommendation. All right, coming in at number 1, this is probably my cheapest thing that is on my top 10 list, and it is a Dr. Browns Lovey. I will tell you why I like this one. A lot of people buy those Avnet Loveys or whatever, but they have that blue pacifier attached to them, and the pacifier is sewn on. The Dr. Brown's one, it comes with a pacifier, which we did not use because Avery only took one type of pacifier, which is a bibs, which I could probably almost tie for first. I recommend this pacifier to every single parent. It is natural rubber. It has a bulb. It's harder for your baby to spit out. Those Avnet ones, or Avent, they're just like straight. Avery spit them out all the time. It was tough. She'd wake up in the middle of the nap. These guys though, they like stay in. They're similar to like how a nipple would be if they're nursing. She loved them. I mean, I could swear by these guys too. So maybe this is like a top 11 recommendation list. But this Lovey can attach to any pacifier. So you are not stuck with that Avent pacifier if you get this Lovey. And you can try the pacifier that comes with it. But if your baby does not take that pacifier, which that is not uncommon because babies are picky, even though they know nothing better, we tried 20 pacifiers and the bibs was the winner. So to have a little something for her to grab onto, because once she could roll around at night, she started sleeping through the night when she could feel around and find a pacifier and put it back in herself. Attaching it to one of these allowed her to have a bigger area of something to find, and then we don't put bumpers on the crib, so the pacifier can go down in the wall if it goes by the bars. So with one of these on, then we won't lose the pacifiers at night. They all stay in her crib, and all she has to do is find this guy and then find the pacifier and puts it back in. It is a saving grace. We take it everywhere. We take it on car trips. We take it on vacation. We give it to her at nap time. We give it to her at bedtime. And we attach her favorite pacifier to it. And so I love the fact that you can switch out the pacifier because your baby is going to find a single pacifier that they like. And if you are somebody who wants to do a Lovey or something along those lines, this would be your thing to do. And they come in like a lion. This is the little deer. There's a dinosaur, I think, and maybe a giraffe. But we liked the deer, you know, because we have a little girl. So I would highly, highly recommend that, just because the pacifier thing is finicky, and I mean, it just made a world of difference when she could find what she needed in her crib at night, and it has the pacifier attached that she likes and not some random pacifier that already comes sewn on. So I put this one as number 1 just because I think it made a big difference in her sleep. She likes the Lovey. Like, I feel like it offers her comfort because she'll even snuggle this one and like play with a pacifier and then, you know, suck on a stray pacifier all by itself. So awesome product. Dr. Brown's did it again. I give it 2 thumbs up. And that concludes my top 10, 11 list for you guys. So I hope you enjoyed it. And if I left any products out that were your top 10 or your go-to products, leave them in the comments below. The purpose of this is for moms to have a good resource. So no information is bad information. But until next time, make sure to rate, review, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can follow us on Instagram at Mission Mom. And then until next time, I'm Cheyenne. And don't forget, we're all on the same mission, and that's motherhood.